Hello and welcome back. This is video number 6. Let's talk about an attractive pin and what that looks like. So according to a recent article by HubSpot.com, publishers who use infographics grow in traffic on average about 12% more than those who don't really use infographics. So we found the same, that to be true that after we started using infographics, we started seeing an increase of clicks, and not just only any click, but high quality clicks. Now, if you're not familiar with them, they're basically long vertical images which turns great content into eye candy. Or in other words, you can turn great content, instead of turning it into just a bunch of text, you turn it into a graphic that visually makes sense. Now, there are many different types of infographics, and we'll show you in just a second what they look like and how you can go about creating your very own infographic. Now, this is how many companies take really boring content and make it exciting. So let's go ahead and take a look at some infographics and the tools that you can use to create them. So to give you some ideas, you can simply go to google.com and type in the keyword infographic and go to the images search engine, and you'll be able to see some examples of infographics in general. Now, if you want to niche down and go for a specific topic, you can also type in infographic space and then of course the topic. And then you might be able to see some ideas on infographics that you could potentially create. Obviously, don't copy and plagiarize, but just use it to get some ideas. Now, if we scroll down, you have a better idea of what an infographic looks like. So as you can see here, there are more pictures and more graphics, more statistics, more great looking visual content compared to that of just text. So imagine being able to create one of these and putting them on Pinterest, and most likely you'll be able to really stand out because it's really eye-catching. Now, the question is, how do you go about creating these beautifully created graphics? So there are several ways to go about doing this. You can either create it yourself from scratch. Obviously, that would take too much time. So you wanted to find an infographic template. So you can go to graphicriver.net, and if you go this route, you will be essentially meeting it halfway manually. So you're not going to do it totally manually, but you will be editing a template, typically with Photoshop. Now, if I go to graphicriver.net and I type in infographic food, for example, we scroll down and you're able to see that there are 730 infographics related to food. So as you can see, compared to that of hiring somebody, which typically can run anywhere from $100 to several $100s, because they do take time to create, but they are well worth it at the end of the day. It's only about $8 each infographic, so they can run around $8 or sometimes $5 to $10. Now, if you want the easiest route, the easiest is to simply utilize a tool, and we've used many tools and really come down to one tool in particular, which is called Piktochart.com. That's Piktochart.com. Now, when you go to the site, you're able to create infographics very, very easily if you click on the infographic here. Initially, there are many free templates, but if you do an upgrade, you'll get access to a lot of other fancy templates. Now, editing templates is simply by pointing your mouse at something and clicking it, and then of course editing it via either the text or the image. So this definitely makes it easier compared to downloading it off of graphicriver.net, editing it with Photoshop, and then exporting it. And all of these are pre-made, so you have access to typically hundreds. And as you can see here, if you upgrade, it's about 600 templates and new templates every single week. So we've used Piktochart for many years. We have downgraded because we're not really creating as many infographics, but it's great when you're just getting started.